This Druze community in southern Syria, in a town called Khader, and we'll get to that in a little while, came together today and told the entire world that they would like Israel to annex them, for Israel to be the ruling party over their town, over their community, over their people. And you have to ask yourself why that is. You also have to ask yourself, why is mainstream media not showing this clip? Well, once you finish this video, you'll realize why.
شو مصيرنا؟ احنا مغرب حي كلها اسرائيل كلها على اسرائيل. شو مصيرنا يا اخوتي؟ اسرائيل. ونحن يا عم باسم اهالي حضر جميع. مخالف الجميع واللي مخالف هذا لا يقول. مخالف هذا لا يقول. نحن يا عمي اذا خيرت غير شرعي فعليك باختيار الشر من الامل. وان كان هذا شر يعني نقول احنا نطلب ضمن للجولين. ولكن اقل بكثير من الشر اللي جاي علينا، الشر الثاني اللي جاي علينا، الشر اللي جاي علينا ممكن ياخذوا نسواننا.
The bad that is upon them. I thought the Syrian rebel group is supposed to serve good for the people in Syria, right? The Assad regime is now gone, and you have people in the streets in Syria celebrating. What about this community here, this Druze community, 15 minutes away from northern Israel, saying now that they prefer Israel take control over them? If there's anything in this entire conflict today that could easily show you the difference between right and wrong without somebody radically on one side trying to explain it to you, it's this video right here. You have an entire encampment of people in the world that are radically anti-Israel, claiming that they are right and Israel is wrong. You have another entire camp of people in the world who are pro-Israel, saying that they are right and anyone who disagrees or is anti-Israel is wrong. Good versus evil, right versus wrong. Here you have a Druze community, Arabs in southern Syria, who are openly saying to the public on social media, putting their entire community at risk as the Syrian rebel group continues to make their way down towards the northern border of Israel, the southern border of Syria, saying that they prefer Israel take them over. It is not me trying to explain it to you. It's not an activist trying to explain it to you. It's not the IDF. It's not a politician. And listen to what he says right here. Women, daughters, kids, and homes. This Druze community wants to save their women, daughters, kids, and homes. Aren't these all of the things that Israel has been accused of for the past 15 months, in this war at least, of doing? Killing women, killing children, displacing people, taking their homes. What he's saying is that us siding with having Israel take control over our community, these things won't happen. He's proving it without even having to directly say it. Once again, this shows you who is and who is not committing these acts. And this is exactly the mechanism of what I've been saying overly emotional and underly informed individuals are the past year. When I get an argument against what I'm trying to say about how the IDF for Israel is playing the correct card in this war, from morality, from humanity, it's always combated with, yes, but the women, yes, but the kids, yes, but the children. What about the homes? What about the destruction, the 10,000, the 40,000, the 50,000? How could that be possibly true when you have here an Arab community in southern Syria? And if that was true, why would they want to side with Israel? It doesn't make sense, right? Of course it doesn't make sense, because those claims against Israel aren't true.
واللي عم يصور يصور واللي عم يسجل يسجل ما عنديش مانع. نحن بنطلب انضمامنا الى هذا الجولان ونحفظ كرامتكم. غير هيك ما في عندنا. شو حدا اليوم اعتراض على هذا؟
You know, what's really interesting about this is, if you know the Druze community very well, if anyone in this room were to stand up and object the idea of Israel annexing them and taking control, they would. They would stand up. And the beauty about the Druze people is, because they care so much about each other, that individual or individuals that would stand up and maybe say, I don't agree with this, they wouldn't get ridiculed by everyone else in the room. They would talk it out. This is a town hall. That's the point of this. They're not trying to hide things from everyone else. They want people to come together as a community and voice their opinion because they're trying to serve a greater purpose for everybody involved. This, once again, should even show you, too, how important it is for these people to look on behalf of their community within an Arab state. This is explaining everything to you. I'm just going to fast forward the video because they didn't really say much here. I know the video is tilted, but what's important is what they're saying. You don't really have to turn your head and watch the video. Let's take a look. I just want to show you very quickly exactly. So here we have the map of Israel. To the east, Jordan, north, Lebanon, northeast, Syria. To zoom in here on this map, you're going to take a look all the way at the northern part of Israel. You have Majd al-Shams, which all of you remember months ago, the tragic incident where Hezbollah terrorists here in southern Lebanon fired rockets into northern Israel and killed children playing soccer on a Saturday here in Majd al-Shams. And you look right over here is Khader. Okay, and if you look in the bottom right corner of my screen, you're going to see this is about a kilometer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's call it 6 kilometers, okay? If you could walk in a straight line from Majd al-Shams to Khader, you could get there in about 15 minutes, just to give you a sense of how close these communities are. And when I say close, not just in proximity by distance, they're all cousins. They're all Druze. They're all family. And they talk about that in this video. So here in southern Syria, where they're trying to get away from the Syrian rebels coming in from Damascus as they make their way towards, like I said, southern Syria here in Israel, southern Syria here with the border of northern Israel. They are asking to be annexed here, and they can join their family who are living free and having a much better life under Israeli control. The other villages in that area, the other ones in that district, in the Golan is northern Israel, which is exactly where Majd al-Shams is. I just showed you on the map. As a whole, to join our brothers in the Golan, their family, their cousins, they want to be with each other, and they know exactly what life is like for those in the Golan. They want to live in freedom and dignity like their family and brothers, their Druze family in northern Israel. He's talking about their neighbors. I know I keep stopping the video, but the fascinating part is if you're looking at the words that's being used, and by the way, if you're an Arabic speaker, go ahead and fact check this. I did today. I don't speak Arabic, but I have people who do. This is exactly the translation. Kill, oppress, destroy. He's talking about their own people. He's talking about preventing their own people from having to go through that. Not as a result of the Israeli army, not as a result of the IDF, as a result of these Syrian rebels, these jihadists, in his own words, that are on their way to threaten their community. You know, here's my thing, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, with this community making a video like this, which they know absolutely is public, is across social media, I got this off of many different platforms, they're putting a massive target on themselves if Israel does not take them. And I personally do think, as long as they have the intentions of seeking peace, that absolutely Israel should protect these people. They should take them in. They should save them. They'd be saving their lives. Israel would be saving them from being killed, which is exactly what Israel is not. They would be saving them from being killed. They'd be saving their lives, which is exactly what the entire world doesn't see Israel doing. They see the opposite. They see an illusion. And so I have to ask myself and ask you, what is it about this whole apartheid narrative that Israel doesn't allow Arabs into their own country, that Israel discriminates against Arabs. You have a Druze community 15 minutes walking, if you could, obviously, in a straight line from Majd al-Shams to their community, who are saying they would like to go join them in the Golan, in northern Israel. And at this point, the reality is most Druze have seen the difference between how they live under Islamic rule and how they live, or their cousins, should I say, under Israeli rule. It's day and night. And it should explain to you the morality difference of this war. It should explain to you the difference between right and wrong. I'm not here trying to convince you that life here is better. I'm here showing you that Arabs in Syria agree with me because their cousins are living a better life here in northern Israel. And the fact is that they would be welcomed by Israel. If they're seeking peace and they want to get away from oppression and violence and fear, Israel would welcome them with open arms. They've done that for their cousins just 15 minutes away. And the thing is if Israel does choose to take them in, mainstream media is not going to tell you that. Nobody's going to tell you that. They would flip it by trying to say that Israel is just pursuing a land grab in southern Syria. Meanwhile, they're actually pursuing a humanitarian crisis to save Arabs in Syria from being killed by other Arabs, radical jihadist Arabs inside of an Arab state. And so the point is that the smartest Arabs in this region know deep down who will let them live life in freedom. And so what you should do is you should watch this video and you should let it speak for itself and let them speak up and listen to what they are saying, because they are saying the truth about the Middle East and about what is really going on behind the screen.